is my passion. This is my love. This is the heart and soul of Monsoon Live. Alright guys, for over 20 years, 15 seasons, I can't believe this, we did the numbers, over 1,000 shows, this is the moment everyone has been waiting for. It is the series finale of Demon Monsoon Live. We are just days away from the launch of the new show that's coming, but I wanted to end it with a bang, and I said, I need somebody special. Now, out of all the Street Beast fighters, I was like, I need an up-and-comer. Reach out to the gentleman that is standing next to me. It is my man, Division.
Yeah,
to those who do the editing of Street Beast, we love you guys, but please work on spelling his name. He always says that to me. He spells his name wrong, and I'm like, found you. Hey, I know those guys. Nate, Esteban, you know I'm joking with you. But, this is it, bro. Thanks for being on the show, and, you know, you brought me down here to Richmond, Virginia. You know me, I don't travel much, so me coming down to Richmond is huge. Tell us a little bit about you. What got you into fighting?
Well, I always used to stay with my aunt, and I have an older cousin. He did Shaolin Kung Fu, or still does.
Mm-hmm.
He's a master now, and I always used to go to his performances when they did parades around the city. I used to go watch them train at the dojo. Shout out Shaolin Dragon School of Kung Fu. Shout out Seafood Beat. And I just used to watch them do like crazy things. They would run up each other's backs, 4 deep, all backflip off. And like, you know, acrobatics are just part of it. So I used to always just watch them like get at least 13 feet in the air, horizontal, feet in the air, head to the ground, land it, hit a pose.
Now I gotta ask, can you do that?
No.
Thank you. Because I know somebody in the comments will be like, well, why'd you let him not do it? Trust me, we're not going to let him do that. If he wanted to, I mean, you got a leg here. Anyway, why did you start, I know you talked about the fighting, why do you like doing MMA? I know you're an MMA guy.
I like MMA because it's supposed to get to do what my cousin does. And I really want to I see what he does, and I see the pride he takes in it, and I see how hard he trained, all the tears, turning in the rain, turning in the snow, just because the venue was outside. There was no inside. There was no inside dojo, nothing. It was all outside. They were outside.
That's old school, folks. So some of you young fighters, oh, I got AC, I got heat. No, train outside, like his brother did. Yeah.
And it's the only thing I'm really good at. Math. I can do math, but man, you give me a math problem off the jump, I'm probably gonna stutter, get scared, anxiety, and I'm probably gonna mess it up and guess. But just doing it, I can do it. English I'm good at, science I love. It's just that fighting's the only thing I can do without having to think about it. I just do it.
Now you said science. What science do you like?
I like nature, really, biology, studying animals, like certain behaviors that like contributes to their environment and stuff like that.
See, I'm not the only crazy one in the world that, you know, likes science and fights. I finally have somebody that
Goes hand in hand.
Yeah. What got you into Street Beats?
I always thought, like, you know, watching the movies, Fight Night and all them other things, I always wanted to go somewhere to fight, but I know, like, to be a fighter, it's a process, sign up, test, and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I didn't want to do all that. And I was just on YouTube one day, and I was just looking up fights, just people fighting online and stuff like that. They were all booty. And I just seen something, it was like a backyard fighting. I think it was maybe, who was it? I want to say it might have been Beach or somebody that popped up first. And I'm like, I'm gonna look at this shit. I'm like, oh, this is sweet. And I'm like, where is this at? And I'm looking, and it's like Virginia. I'm like, oh, I'm in Virginia. So I'm like, bet I need to train more. I need to train. I actually need to learn to fight instead of like physical training. Like, I did the just conditioning my body wise through middle school, through high school, because my cousin, he started me out. He don't remember, because it was more like he thought I wasn't gonna take it to heart, but I actually took what he was showing me, the little stuff he was showing me to heart. So I practiced it all the time. People didn't even know I was doing it. Like, I used to rap. They thought I was rapping. No, I'm in my room working out most of the time, But I was more self-conscious about it. 'Cause I'm like, I see how good he is. I'm not going to be that good. I'm not going to be that good right now. And I really didn't want him to judge me, but I was more of my insecurities taking over. And yeah, I just was like, bet I'm gonna train, and I hit up one of our mutual friends, Donovan. He trains at school too. Shout out Donovan, and he hooked me up with my sensei Martin.
Who we will be in another Demon Monsoon Live special. Like I said, we have 7 parts of this finale. We will be interviewing his sensei. And trust me, when you meet this guy, you think he's kind of crazy. Wait till you meet his sensei. I only met him for 5 minutes. I'm like, dude, he's one of us. Let's go back to your very first Street Beast. I know we have some folks out there who might be going into Street Beast. I know we just had the World Autism event, which is part of this series finale. What do you say to the young fighters who are about to have their first Street Beast fight? What was it like for you? I know it was different. It's different for each person.
Good question. It was horrible. I hated it. It's not like a street fight. And then when the first fighter showed up, it was getting dark because it was like so many fights. Then there wasn't no lights, so people had to pull up with their cars and shine the light in the cage. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, what is this? And then I didn't even know. It was the first time, like street fights, you just got you. There's no ref, there's no stopping, there's no rules.
Yeah.
This is totally different. I'm in the orange, like I'm in the mountains. I'm like some random person in the cage in the middle of nowhere. I only took 2 months to train. That's the thing. As far as like physical training, fighting, MMA, only did 2 months for my first fight. So it's not like I was in there like I trained like 7 months and I was ready. No, it was 2 months. He told me I wasn't ready. I'm like, bump that. I ain't no ace to the Izzo. If I lose, I'm gonna lose. If I win, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna fight like a man. Probably wasn't the best thing, but I did it.
And what are you, 5 minutes?
Yeah, I'm 5 minutes.
So I know he's probably going to roundhouse kick me in a minute, but you kind of put yourself involved on that one. Now I also know, because somebody around here is starting to study MMA. Not yet, guys. Don't even expect me to forget. If you think I'm going to do MMA with him, no way, Jose. I'll freak. I need my arms. Truzzy, if you guys want to see how this dude fights, at the end of this video, you will see a link for his MMA fight. I have seen them all. I've actually seen him in person because, I'm always at Street Beast. But you have a very unique style. You have your own, because I showed it to a couple of people and they said, there's not a style that you're kind of more style. Now, I also know you did a boxing match. Tell us about that one, because that's on your Instagram. And we'll give you a link to his Instagram so you can check that one out. What was that like? Because, I'm the boxer thing.
Okay. That one was actually where I was way more comfortable. Because the thing with MMA, you get kicked in the face, knee, elbow. It's a bunch of stuff I got to worry about. And it's like my limits of defense and dodging are limited because if I move one way, I'm going to be open for another attack. So I can't just go low to sweep a punch or something and I can kick in the face. So, and this one, I'm like, this is a fight. I'm literally just punching. I'm like, I got power. I know I got power. So I'm like, if I can hit him, he gonna feel it. I was just worried about, my one fear is getting knocked out on YouTube. Not that I've ever been like knocked out or dropped or anything, but it's just like, I always seen it growing up and it looks horrible. Especially if it's a good fight. But if it's like something, you're winning and you just mess up and you just drop, or if it's just like, you just drop, it's just bad.
Now, I gotta ask, was that guy afraid of you because he was wearing headgear? And I look at you, I'm like, no headgear? What the heck is this dude? I'm like, he's not wearing headgear, his opponent's wearing headgear, and you were just and I'm sorry, shout out to his opponent, but if he was a champion, you wiped the floor with him. Was he not expecting, did he take you easy?
No, he didn't. He actually had another fight the day after to defend his belt because he has the belt for his weight division in pound for pound. So I do understand why he did it because he did watch my videos and he already knew who was coming. So he's smart for that because without it, the fight probably would have ended in the first round. I'm giving it the first round because he's definitely sweet. Technician all the way. The strength difference was too different.
Yeah, if you guys, again, get a chance, watch his boxing match. I do know he is going to, how do I put it, tangle with the devil. Psycho over here in that show, but I do know that there's somebody who you want to face, and I did laugh when I saw the little Conor McGregor. Okay, he did a little video about with somebody else. I won't mention his name, but he's about to. There's a guy you want to fight, and I know you both are in the same weight class. You want to share? You want to fight? I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I would really like to fight Menace Mike if he would stop running from me. I tried to, I just wanted the belt. It was a friendly, hey man, you got the belt, I want it, I'm gonna come get it. Like when you think you're gonna show up. You know, friendly banner, you know, we fight, we punch each other, kick each other. I'm not gonna disrespect you because that's not how I was gonna approach me.
Yeah.
But you know, friendly fight banner, like, hey man, when you gonna let me kick you in the face and get the belt?
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
And I think that'd be a very good fight. Again, watch his fights on Street Beefs, and you can even say like, dude, like really, he's what the heck? And I know Mass Mike, one of our dear friends, good fighter, excellent fighter. I'm always impressed with him. I know he had a big fight this last Street Beefs was a tough one, and it was like, whoa, and you know, close, it was a very close one. That was a close fight the whole way. So maybe, I mean, if it's not for the belt, you think they could give? If we ask the powers to be, Sunshine, Space, I mean, would you want to fight the champion? Even if it's not Menace Mike, would you want to fight the champion? Or do you want Menace Mike? Street Beast doesn't do call outs, but let's say Menace Mike gets the belt back. Should you know, do one fight and then fight Mike when Mike gets the belt? Or fight the current champion?
The current champ, I would definitely fight the current champion and get the belt, but it's mostly, I just want to fight Menace Mike. Because I've been, like, because you know, it's a certain amount of wins you have to have before you can go for a title fight. And ever since I found out there was a number, I'm like, I'm going to get that number, and I want the belt. And he had the belt. So I'm like, let me get it. So fourth fight, after I got my fourth fight, he's like, well, before I got my fourth fight, he's like, no, you still ain't got enough wins to compete with me. I'm like, I actually have the limitation of wins I have to challenge you, sir. And he's like, no, I don't care. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I just went on to my next fight. Because I was supposed to fight somebody else to fight him, but the guy I was supposed to fight never showed up.
Of course. That happens a lot at Street Beast. Trust me. We're used to it.
So, fourth fight. After my fourth fight, he's still like, no, I ain't gonna fight you. Get your wins up. Go ahead. You ain't got enough wins. I'm like, I don't have a loss either. Some of you do. So.
Well, now I can't speak for the powers that be. Again, I am not in charge of anything. He told me who he wanted to face. So to the powers that be, again, this is open forum. As you all know, I'm open forum. Anybody, if he says that, we'll see. Hopefully we'll get Menace Mike on the new show. He'll give a response to you. That actually I want to see. I really can't think. Now, would you ever want to go against, say, Jacob?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely.
We already had Beach on the show, so I know Beach is also Miami. Now, the final question is, where do you see this going? Where do you want to go with your fight? Do you want to go in Amateur? Do you want to go in the UFC, Bellator? What's the future for a division? Let's say you get that title shot, you win the belt, blah blah blah. What do you want out of this?
Like I said before, I'm really not good enough now, and I would love to do something I love, because when you're doing something you love, it's not work. And I would love to, get good enough to where I can compete with those Bellator UFC fighters. That is the end goal. But right now, I'm just really trying to find my style, work it out, see my strengths, see my weaknesses, so I can really go in best I can.
Well, again, thank you. By the way, beautiful sight that you got us here. Anything else you want to say to any of your fans? This is your chance. I'll give you a few seconds.
Oh yeah. Shout out RVA Roll-Ups. Shout out Sifu B, Sensei Martin. Shout out 804 Fight Club, Sleeping Forest Fight Club. We out here, RVA.
Well, there you have it, guys. Division, an up-and-coming young fighter on Street Beast. He wants a title shot. We'll see what happens. The summer of 2022 is a big summer for Street Beast. Everybody is always doing something. Are we going to see him in an amateur fight? If we find out he has one, obviously we'll cover it. Now, the next show, I can't believe we're going to do this. Okay, big weight difference, but you know what? It's sparring. We're going old school. We're going back to the original way this show was created. You're going to see a sparring match. It's going to be funny. It'll be crazy. You'll see his skills as a boxer. And just maybe in the next show after the sparring, it's going to be him, his sensei, teaching Demon how to do things. You never know. You never know. You'll have to find out. Bro, this is fun. So we'll see ya for part 2 of the series finale.